Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Another good episode. This whole week, with the exception of Monday, has been really good. I'm not a fan of the musical performances and these nurses' ball events, but if every nurses' ball event is like this, I'm cool with it. Now, I want to start off with Spencer and Trina for a minute because the thing is, this isn't the first time that Trina has watched Spencer act like an entitled jackass. It's not. It wasn't even that long ago at Portia's wedding when, Trina saw Spencer, come at Dex sideways and just being entitled and just his usual annoying self. So I don't understand why this is any different. Now she's talking to Joss. And, she's convinced that there's something that's going on with Spencer, like he's picking a fight with Dex specifically. Josh is just like, no, that's just, typical Tuesday to Friday with him. So Spencer is, at the bar, whatever, and just looking all mopey, and Sam's like, what's going on? And, Spencer's like, oh, I blew the best night of my life. I'm like, all right, bro. So when Trina walks up to him, Trina's like, what's going on? He's like, well, what do you mean? I don't like him and I don't like Dex or whatever. And Trina calls him out on pretty much everything that I said, as far as specifically going at the Dex, knowing that Dex is not going to sit there and fight back like a hmm. And so she calls him out. And she's like, what's going on? And, he's all like, oh, well, I'm trying to change. I'm trying to do better. And I'm like, bro, this is the second time that you did this. And to be honest, I'm like, Trina, I don't understand. Like, I look at it two ways. Either you can sit there and tell Spencer to kick rocks, or you accept him for the entitled, spoiled brat that he is, and you move forward with him. Because at the end of the day, people are going to sit there and show you who they are. You're going to choose to accept them or not. So, Spencer apologizes for like the umpteenth time, and Trina's like, all right, well, I want you to apologize to Dex. I mean, okay, sure, whatever, until he does it again. But he gets a call from Victor, and Victor's like, I need you to come down to the Hunt to start. So he does. Now, I'm not going to lie, there's one point where he sees Victor's number, and Trina's like, we're in the middle of something. Like what are you doing? She had that look on her face like, yo, you better not sit there and answer that phone. But he answers it because, it's about his brother or whatever. He gets down there to the Hunter Star, and, they're talking shop a little bit. Turns out that towards the end of the episode, um, I guess a bodyguard or whatever comes in there and takes Esme's baby or whatever. They're going to Hunter Star, and that's the thing. I knew that he was getting somebody else. Now, I don't understand why he got Liesel. I knew he was going to sit there and get Ace. I just don't understand why he got Liesel. Now, yesterday during, I guess, the magic performance with James and Georgie, with Liesel, I guess, they're supposed to do some sort of magic act, and it pretty much just kind of went sideways. So now you got Nina that's worried like there's no tomorrow because Willow's surgery is literally the next day. And she's scrambling back and forth. She's trying to get Maxie. She's enlisted Sunny's help. So Sunny's there looking around. Meanwhile, Lucy actually gets back, and the guard comes right, the bodyguard, whatever, comes right after her. And so she like stalls or whatever, and she kicks the dude in the nuts, and then she runs away, and then he catches up to her. And so she takes like some sort of feather or something like that, and she starts trying to like swat him. Sonny, of course, comes from behind and clocks him and takes him out. Next thing you know, Lucy, I guess, is trying to find help or something. I have no idea what she's trying to do. But she interrupts Bobby's speech because Bobby's not there talking about Lucy and their history and everything like that. Next thing you know, Lucy trips on like a bag of something and she comes out and everyone's just standing there just looking at her like, you're dead. And of course, Lucy says some words and everyone claps and just like, huh, okay, didn't expect that. I did like the little memory lane thing that they did with Monica and Liz and Tracy and everything like that. I thought that was pretty nice. Gladys. So Gladys, she puts the bracelet in Cody's jacket. Meanwhile, this bodyguard's not there looking where Gladys is at. Long story short, Gladys comes back and is all, "Oh my God, where's my bracelet? This, that, and the third." And she goes to the back, like to retrace the steps. Meanwhile, Cody, I guess, goes back there to get his tux, and of course, the bodyguard just happens to find, where Gladys's, little manipulation finds the um bracelet and in his jacket or in the jacket or whatever. Now, here's my whole thing. When Cody gets there, and by the way, yeah, Jess and a couple other people have said that Sasha or the actress is definitely pregnant. I couldn't see it until today, until they actually showed the full, like full head to toe, and yeah, she's definitely pregnant. But Gladys, accuses Cody of stealing the bracelet, and I'm just like, wait. And of course, Mac comes in there, and Mac, arrests him. And I was like, wait, first of all, okay, yeah, it's in his jacket, and yeah, he wasn't there following her around, but she didn't actually see it. Like, no one actually saw Cody put Cody put the bracelet in his coat pocket. So I don't understand on what level of BS does Mac actually have grounds for arresting this guy. And I'm not gonna lie, the way that bodyguard kept putting his hands on Cody, I was like, yo, that was just pissing me off. Because there was a point where the bodyguard was like, "Oh, is this Cody or whatever?" And Cody was like, "Dude, I'm standing right here." So that dude just pissed me off. But Mac arrested him, and I'm just like, based off of what? You know? And of course, Cody was like, "Oh, my fingerprints isn't on it," but that's not even really the issue. The issue is that no one actually saw him. And I get it, it's a soap opera, and they love to sit there and play fast and loose when it comes to social laws, aka HIPAA. No, I'm not going to sit there and forget that with the whole Shiloh and Willow thing. But I'm like, yo, this is some real BS. So of course, he reasoned his rights, and he arrests him, and I'm just like, Cody, of course, can't really sit there and say how they know each other because that's not going to be good for him and Miss Wu and stuff. So he can't really say too much of anything. And now that I think about it, what was Sasha? I mean, what was Cody was really okay. Whatever. Um, Maxie didn't really do too much throughout this whole episode. She saw Georgie. Milo was there for a little bit after their dance that I had to sit there and fast forward through. Um, so yeah, like I said, Victor shot Anna, left, and at that point, Valentine had to call. He had to sit there and call the ambulance. They wound up going down to the hospital. Laura got the call when she was with Esme. So she went down there, and of course, Robert and Jordan got the call too. Robert, after they find out what's going on with Anna and everything, Robert acts like a dick to Valentine. I'm like, bro, this is all your fault. No, this is Victor's fault. Of course, Valentine does blame himself because Victor only did that to punish Valentine. So now he feels responsible. I Anna's not gonna die. This chick may go on vacation for a little bit, take some time off, but yeah, she ain't gonna die. She's gonna be just fine. This woman has been on this soap opera. Um, I don't know, maybe even longer than I was born. Who knows? But she ain't going nowhere. At least I only had one act. Now, I will give yesterday's little event some credit because unlike most of the singing stuff that really didn't go anywhere, at least with the magic trick with Maxie's kids, it did wind up going somewhere. Like they actually used it in the plot. So I give him points for that. Even though I've been critical is not the word when it comes towards me describing the nurse's ball as far as the events, but I give him points for that. Now, Jordan and Molly and TJ was in there. And of course, Molly and TJ, that's what they're talking about them trying to have a child. And, I still don't care. Here's the thing, if they actually showed them more and made us emotionally invested in those characters, then I can see us actually caring. But for the most part, they're always usually just filler. So why should we actually care about them trying to have a child? It's a moot point. Just as far as my future thoughts of next week, I'm pretty sure Spencer's not going to go along with that plan. As far as taking, Ace out the country or whatever, he's not going to go through with that plan because he's going to miss Trina too much. And I just don't see him going through with that plan. Now, I am actually looking forward to next week because you got Liesel, of course, you got Willow, and that's stretching that whole thing out, which is, well, it's pretty much GHML at this point. So it is what it is. I can't really think of anything else that wound up happening throughout this episode. So, yeah. That being said, I'm gonna go. If I did miss anything, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm gonna be going live tonight for an hour, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, any questions or whatever you want to sit there and talk about, or just the show in general, or the other shows, come through. Also, I'm and I've been plugging this a little bit more. I'm trying to find a balance of that. Also on the weekends, I do members live stream only. We have a lot of fun. So if you're not a member, hit the join button and you know, join. We have a lot of fun on the weekends. Anyway, I think that's pretty much about it. I can't think of anything else. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.